Hi everyone, how are you? Hope all are fine. We were discussing about the second chapter from trade to territory. First topic we already discussed in the previous class. Hope you already saw that video, you understood that. We will continue the topic. In the previous class we discussed about Aurangzeb. He was the powerful Mughal ruler up to 1707 and he given permission, a royal edict to the European people, and they started conducting trade here without any tax, without any payment, any money and all. But what happened, the company officials, they misused that. Okay. So normally there will be a problem. Hope you remember the ruler that time in Bengal, that was Murshid Quli Khan. Okay. There is a problem between Bengal ruler and European companies. So that problem today we will discuss. Okay. How trade led to battle, that is our topic today. Hope you are ready. Shall I start? Okay. Through the early 18th century, the conflict between the company and the Nawabs of Bengal intensified. Normally the problem will be there when a European company that is coming to India and they are interfering all the matters in India. So normally the ruler in India, they will be having some problem. So there is a conflict between Indian ruler and European companies. And Murshid Quli Khan, the ruler of Bengal, was followed by Alivardi Khan. Okay, so there is already problem between Murshid Quli Khan and European people, and that is continued with another next ruler also. Okay, Alivardi Khan. After Alivardi Khan, one more very important rule is Sirajuddin Daula. Okay, as the Nawab of Bengal. So don't forget that ruler's name. First Murshid Quli Khan, after that Alivardi Khan, and the third one is Sirajuddin Daula. Okay, each one of them was strong rulers, Indian rulers. Okay. They are very strong rulers and they not allowed any this type of interference of European companies in India. From the map you can see the place which is noted here, that is in yellow color, it is noted, that place, okay, that Bengal part we are discussing, that part only, this battle field actually, that we are discussing that area, okay, about that area. British started refusing to pay taxes, writing disrespectful letters and trying to humiliate the Nawab and his officials. Okay. Imagine that some European people, the outsiders, foreigners, they are coming to India and they are writing about disrespectful letters to Indian rulers and trying to humiliate the Nawabs and officials, okay, Indian officials. What we will feel? Okay. And the company on its part declared that the unjust demands of the local officials were ruining the trade of the company, and trade could flourish only if the duties were removed. Usually, some others, if they are coming from outside for trade, normally if they are making more profit, one part should be given to the place where they are taking all the materials and all, like India. Okay. But if they are not paying any duty to the Indian rulers, means how it will, how it will continue. Just imagine that we are not getting any profit, but they are making a lot of profit from this trade. These conflicts led to confrontations and finally culminated to the Battle of Plassey. Okay. This problem between Indian rulers and European members that finally ended with a very important, okay, one of the most important battle in India. The 1757, the year is 1757, that is Battle of Plassey. Okay. So we are going to discuss about that topic, that important war, okay, Battle of Plassey. When Alivardi Khan died in 1756, okay, just before we discussed, mentioned about three rulers, Murshid Quli Khan, Alivardi Khan, and the third ruler Sirajuddin Daula. The second ruler Alivardi Khan, he died in 1756. And the next ruler came, okay, one of the strongest ruler in Nawab in Bengal, Sirajuddin Daula. He became the ruler in 1756. The company was worried about his power and keen on a puppet ruler who would willingly give trade concession and other privileges. What the expectation of the company? Company expected a puppet ruler. Puppet ruler means whatever the company is, they are giving in instruction, that will be followed by one Nawab. Like, they thought that Sirajuddin Daula will follow the instruction. They will, everything they will obey. But that is not happening. Why? Because this Sirajuddin Daulah, he was a brave, strong ruler. So he is not ready to accept the instruction or rules given by British people. So the expectation of European people, that is not happen here. So there is a problem between this European companies and Sirajuddin Daulah. He asked the company to stop meddling in the political affairs of dominion. You see that this European people, they are interfering in Indian matters. Yeah. So that should be stopped. Who asked that? Sirajuddin Daulah. And stop fortification. Don't make this much of force and all in our country. Okay. Stop fortification and pay the revenue. Pay the revenue, taxes. Okay. If you are doing something, you should respect the rules and regulation which is that is there in India, especially in Bengal. So you should pay revenue. That ruler picture you can see here, that is Sirajuddin Daulah. After negotiation failed, the Nawab marched with 30,000 soldiers to the English factory at Kazim Bazar and captured the company officials. What happened, a long discussion happened there, okay, between European companies and Sirajuddin Daulah. Many negotiation, discussions and all, okay, but that and all failed. After that, what happened? The Nawab marched with 30,000 soldiers. Okay, he is not ready to give up. He started the war. What he done? He marched with 30,000 soldiers to the English factory at Kazim Bazar and captured the company officials. You see the braveness of an Indian ruler. He captured the Kazim Bazar. On hearing the news of the fall of Calcutta, company officials in Madras sent forces under the command of Robert Clive, reinforced by the naval fleets. What happened? They understood that this is not a simple play. Okay, we cannot underestimate an Indian ruler. So what they done? They called one important ruler. Okay, important British official. His name is Robert Clive. Please note that. Okay, Robert Clive. He came to India, and that he reinforced by naval fleets. He came with some army. Why? Because they are going to fight against Indian ruler Sirajuddin Daulah. You can see his photo. This is Robert Clive, 1725 to 1774. Okay, leave the years and all. Why? Because we have to we have to remember the period of Battle of Plassey, 1757. Okay. Finally, 1757, Robert Clive led the company army against Siraj Daulah at Plassey. You know that in the initial stage, Siraj Daulah has some victories and all. Okay, and after that, when the Robert Clive came here, he led the company's army against Sirajuddin Daulah. Okay, Plassey is an anglicized pronunciation of Palashi. Okay, the word Plassey, that's actually derived from a tree called Palashi, and the place derives its name from a Palash tree. Note it, known for its beautiful red flowers that yield gulal and powder used in the festival of Holi. I think you heard about the Holi festival and all. They will use some powder. Okay, that powder they are making from this tree, Palash tree, and the place name also. Okay, that is derived. Plassey derived from that, where the world famous one war happened. Okay, that is Plassey. That happened in 1757. One of the main reason of the defeat of the Nawab was that the forces led by Mir Jafar. Okay, don't forget that in that war what happened, the commander-in-chief of Sirajuddin Daulah, Mir Jafar. His name is Mir Jafar, please note that. One of the Sirajuddin Daulah's commander never fought the battle. What happened, already this Robert Clive, okay, he given one offer to Mir Jafar. If you are not fighting against the company's army, you will be the next ruler. You will be means who will be? Mir Jafar will be the next ruler. Okay. Clive had managed to secure his support by promising to make him the Nawab after crushing Sirajuddin Daulah. So Mir Jafar, what happened? He never fought the battle. He never fought means what will happen? He failed. Sirajuddin Daulah failed. Okay. The battle of Plassey became the famous because it was the first major victory of the company won in India. Okay. This is the first victory. 1600 AD British people came here. Many other revolution happened here. Okay, many other things happened, but the first major victory of company that happened in 1757. Okay, don't forget the ruler name Sirajuddin Dowla. He fought against Robert Clive. Okay, he failed in that war. The reason also we discussed that company already bribed, already they given offer to Mir Jafar. Okay, Mir Jafar, and that person, he never fought in this war. You can see in the picture this battle of Plassey, and Sirajuddin Dowla failed in that war. Okay, so after the defeat at Plassey, Sirajuddin Dowla was assassinated. Okay, assassinated, and Mir Jafar bade the Nawab. As company offered, you know that who will be the next ruler, the commander in chief, who never fought in war. Okay, he became the ruler. Who was that? Mir Jafar became the ruler. The company was still unwilling to take over the responsibility of administration. You know that they want some puppet rulers here. They are not directly ruling here. So next ruler they got, that is Mir Jafar. Okay, they are not directly interfering in Indian matters. Its prime objective was the expansion of trade. In that time, you know, their prime objective was expansion of trade. Okay. Soon the company discovered that this was rather difficult. They understood that. Why? Because, you know, they have to concentrate, one side they have to concentrate in trade, another side they have some threat from Indian rulers. Okay. For even the puppet Nawabs were not always as helpful as the company wanted them to be. Company actually want a puppet ruler here, but every time they are not getting a puppet ruler. You know that now one war is over now, Battle of Plassey. Okay. After all, they had to maintain a basic appearance of dignity and sovereignty if they want respect from their subject. You know that if every ruler, if they are obeying the rules and regulations which is given by, if they are obeying the rules and regulations of European people, means what will happen there? The people, they don't respect the ruler. Okay, so if they need some dignity, means no, they should have some stand. Okay, here the rulers, when they taken some stand, means it will be a difficulty to European rulers. Why? Because at the same time they have to concentrate in trade, along with they have to handle this rulers also. Okay, so they found that, you know, it is some difficult to continue with this type of rulers. Okay, when Mir Jafar protested, okay, Mir Jafar also protested. Actually, he was given the post by European people. Okay, but the company deposed him and installed another person, Mir Qasim. So many rulers' name we discussed now. Don't forget that. Starting with the Murshid Quli Khan, Ali Vardi Khan. Okay, that is one set. Okay. After that, don't forget Sirajuddin Dowla. Okay, who was defeated in the Battle of Plassey. Next person they appointed Mir Jafar. That is the next person. And when Mir Jafar was protested, the second person was removed, and they appointed another person called Mir Qasim. Okay, Mir Qasim. And when Mir Qasim complained, okay, you know that after Mir Jafar, Mir Qasim came. Okay, when he was complained, he in turn was defeated in the Battle of Buxar. British fought with Mir Qasim in the Battle of Buxar in 1764. Don't forget the year 1764. That is another very important battle. The name is Battle of Buxar. Okay, driven out of Bengal, and Mir Jafar was reinstalled. Okay, so that order, that chronological order, don't forget that Sirajuddin Dowla, Mir Jafar, Mir Qasim. After Mir Qasim, again Mir Jafar reinstalled. Okay, don't forget the order. Okay, Sirajuddin Dowla, Mir Jafar, Mir Qasim, again Mir Jafar. Okay, and Nawab had to pay 5 lakh rupees every month. Imagine that. Okay, one Indian ruler, they have to pay this much of money to one European company, they have to pay. Okay, you can see that picture here, the Mir Qasim and Robert Clive, that picture you can see. Okay, and later Mir Jafar, he was he was reinstalled in 1764 after the Battle of Buxar. Okay, and he died in 1765. Please note the year also, 1765. So that's a continuous process from Battle of Plassey to Battle of Buxar. Okay, Clive declared, we must indeed become Nawabs ourselves. Robert Clive understood that we cannot go with this type of rules and all. We must indeed become Nawabs ourselves. Nawabs ourselves means they have to appoint a person from their side. Mughal Emperor appointed the company as the Diwan of the provinces of Bengal. Diwani allowed the company to use the vast revenue resources of Bengal. Okay, Diwan, the person who is collecting tax. Okay, Diwani, that is tax. They started collecting taxes directly from here after the Battle of Buxar. That means, they are getting more power in India. From early 18th century, its trade with India had expanded. Okay, after that, their trade, everything. Why? Because they have complete freedom here. Nobody to oppose them. Okay, but it had to buy most of the goods in India with gold and silver imported from Britain. Okay, for buying the things from India, for exporting and all, gold and silver and all, they have to take from Britain. The outflow of gold from Britain slowed after the Battle of Plassey and entirely stopped after the assumption of Diwani. Okay. So that later what happened, they can they are already collecting taxes from here, that is Diwani. So they can use that money for taking the things from India. Now the revenue from India could finance company expenses. Okay. This revenue could be used to purchase cotton and silk textiles in India, maintain company troops, and meet the cost of building the company fort and offices at Calcutta. Okay. So whatever expenses they have, they can meet that expenses and all with the money which they are collecting from India itself. Yeah, just imagine the condition. Before and all, when they want to buy something, they have to take money from Britain. Nowadays, they are utilizing the money from India itself. Okay, so after the Battle of Plassey and Buxar, this became under the control of British people. Okay, so today we discussed two important battles, Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar. Don't forget the year, one is 1757, Battle of Buxar in 1764, and don't forget the chronological order of that rulers also. Okay, we started with the Murshid Quli Khan, later Ali Vardi Khan. In 1756, who became the ruler? Sirajuddin Dowla, who was defeated in the Battle of Plassey 1757. After that, his commander-in-chief, okay, Mir Jafar became the ruler. After Mir Jafar, Mir Qasim. Mir Qasim defeated in the Battle of Buxar in 1764, and Mir Jafar was reinstalled, and finally he died in 1765. By that time, British people got complete freedom in India, and they started using the Diwani, that means the tax which is collecting from India, to purchase the things, textiles or any other things in India itself. Okay, they got the complete freedom. And go through the chapter, study the chapter very well. Okay, understand it very well, and the remaining topic we will take in the next class. Okay, bye, see you.